Hallam has a lot to figure out, like many people his age. He's peculiar, troubled, and angry. In other words, he's a typical teenager. Insecure, confused, and often irrational, Hallam is not without ambition and self-reliance. In fact, those closest to him often fail to give him enough credit. 2 years ago, Hallam's mother drowned in the lake behind his family's castle. Hallam blames his stepmother, Verity, and even suspects her of murder, but his father doesn't believe her. He thinks it's time for Hallam to grow up and leave the nest, just like his sister who has gone to university. However, Hallam plans to stay in the treehouse his dad built for him, which has become his personal sanctuary and a place where he can spy on others. Since his mother's death, Hallam has isolated himself here and developed a disturbing voyeurism, which he simply refers to as a hobby. His treehouse is also where he keeps his mother's clothes and writes erotic stories about his stepmother. Deeply missing his mother, Hallam finds solace by visiting a nearby lake, reminiscent of moments with her. One day, Hallam unexpectedly spots a couple near his sanctuary, draped in a makeshift tarp. Enraged, Hallam fiercely drives off the unsuspecting couple in a primal display, leaving the young man seething with anger as he departs. Later, during a tense dinner, Hallam's suspicions and anger towards his stepmother are obvious, and he believes that her presence could never replace his mother's. Yet, amidst the familial tension, the evening holds a bittersweet note as it marks a farewell to his departing sister, who is set to embark on a journey the following day. Hallam grapples with sorrow, realizing that soon the only family member he had left will be gone. With a heavy heart, he returns to his treehouse, finding peace in the silence with the company of a photograph of his mother. As dawn breaks, his sister's departure looms imminent, but Hallam lingers in their rooftop, failing to summon the courage to bid Lucy farewell. Then, in a fleeting moment of change of heart, he rushes to say goodbye, but Lucy is already beyond his reach, vanishing into the distance. During lunch, Hallam's father and stepmother join him, and they discuss Hallam's future plans, including college. However, Hallam declines, sensing his stepmother's ulterior motives to get him away. Following the meal, Hallam's father invites him for a walk. During their walk, Hallam brings up the topic of his mother's suspicious demise, in which his father gives him some details about his mother's death due to sinking in the lake while on a boat. Hallam suspects his stepmother, Verity's involvement, due to the sabotaged condition of his mother's boat. Determined to unravel the mystery, Hallam delves into his documents while the household sleeps, but his efforts yield no results. Disheartened, Hallam retreats to his treehouse, yet, upon arrival, he hesitates to enter after finding the space occupied by the couple he had interrupted earlier. Opting to wait until they depart, Hallam eventually gets his treehouse back and finds his mother's photograph defaced. Fortunately, his diary and her keepsakes remain unharmed. The following day, Hallam endeavors to secure the box within a cupboard in his home, unintentionally leaving the key behind as he rushes to answer a call from his sister. In his absence, Verity stumbles upon the key and seizes the opportunity to open the box. Upon perusing Hallam's diary, she encounters intriguing revelations, prompting her to make copies of certain pages that seem to contradict Hallam's interactions with her. Verity confronts Hallam in his treehouse, seeking permission to climb up, which he adamantly denies. Undeterred, Verity ascends regardless. Once there, she reads pages within Hallam's diary that not only admire her beauty, but also hint at his desires for her. Recognizing Hallam's inner conflict, Verity offers counsel on overcoming the grief of his mother's demise. However, when Hallam accuses Verity of involvement in his mother's death, Verity chuckles in response, incensing Hallam to the point of nearly harming her. Verity mindfully teases Hallam to lower his anger, then suggests that Hallam leave the city due to recent events. Encouraged by Verity, Hallam reluctantly agrees to move, yet lacking a clear purpose, he aimlessly roams the city until seeking refuge in a generator room. Awakening amidst a swarm of rats, he notices a woman bearing a striking resemblance to his mother. Intrigued, He trails her until they arrive at her workplace, a hotel where she works as a secretary. Halem's persistent staring eventually catches her attention, prompting him to express his need for a job. The woman, acknowledging his initiative, rapidly furnishes him with her business card for a job application. However, Halem lingers, continuing to fixate on her. Touched by his demeanor, the woman extends an offer of sympathy and swiftly hires him as a kitchen assistant. After hours, he persistently follows the woman, discovering her name to be Kate. Halem's following becomes a habitual routine. One day, noticing her absence from her apartment, he impulsively trespasses into her place. Once there, he realizes that he can also surveil her from the rooftop of the hotel where he works. The following day, amidst this vantage point, fails to satisfy his curiosity. He continues visiting her apartment, peering down from above. One fateful night, a discomforting feeling grips him as he witnesses Kate romantically engaging with a married man, her superior, at work. It transpires that Kate, employed in human resources, harbors a clandestine occupation as a call girl. Disheartened, Halem endeavors to banish thoughts of the woman, turning his focus back to pondering his mother. Halem makes his way to the police station, lodging a report, accusing his stepmother of causing his mother's demise by tampering with the boat she was aboard. Following this, he resumes his duties at work, where he sneakily ascends to the rooftop to spy on Kate. Unaware, his boss catches him in the act, resulting in a sulky reprimand and a threat of reporting him. However, Halem swiftly turns the tables by exposing his boss's affair with Kate, revealing that the person seen with her was indeed his superior. Halem is promptly suspended from his position. That evening, the boss encounters Halem enjoying time with his wife and child, prompting Halem to once again assert his leverage and ultimately secure his reinstatement in his former role. Undeterred, Halem diligently applies himself back to his work, impressing Kate with his dedication. His efforts are rewarded when he eventually earns a promotion, assuming a prominent role in the front office. Impressed by Halem's consistent progress, Kate finds herself drawn to him and decides to pursue a romantic relationship. She takes the first step by congratulating him and celebrating his birthday. Fortune favors Halem when his friends depart early, leaving him alone with Kate. Seizing the opportunity, Kate invites Halem to her apartment with romantic intentions, but Halem, being naive, only desires to cuddle and declines her advances. Following this misunderstanding, Kate apologizes to Halem for any discomfort, and they sleep in the same bed that night. Nevertheless, Halem eventually summons the courage to express his feelings to Kate, and they start an intimate relationship. Subsequently, fueled by newfound motivation stemming from both his professional and personal life, Halem redoubles his efforts at work. The pair's bond strengthens, and they continue to be together. While Halem is engrossed in his work, he receives a call from a friend informing him that his parents have arrived at the workplace. Julius, his father, expresses a desire to sell their family home due to an enticing project. However, upon delving deeper, Halem discovers that Julius's motivation to sell the house stems from being in debt. This revelation leaves Halem disillusioned, as the house holds sentimental value as his mother's legacy. Suspicions begin to brew within him, speculating that his father's financial troubles might be linked to Verity's actions. Fueled by anger and a desire for justice, Halem contemplates drastic measures, considering kidnapping and drowning Verity in the lake. Yet a moment of clarity strikes him, reminding him of the legal consequences and the dread of facing the death penalty. Ultimately, he opts against taking Verity's life. Soon after, Julius approaches Halem and finally discloses the true sequence of events leading to his mother's demise, revealing that Verity had no involvement whatsoever. Coming to terms with his mother's death, Halem makes his way back to the city, determined to embark on a committed relationship with Kate. However, his hopes are dashed when he discovers that Kate has moved on with someone else, and he finds himself shut out from her life. The film concludes with Kate acknowledging that their paths were not meant to intertwine permanently, citing Hallam's youthfulness and the ongoing journey he has yet to traverse. Despite his disappointment, a faint smile graces Hallam's lips as he accepts the reality of the situation and the possibilities that lie ahead. Thank you for being with us in this drama, and give us a like if you think we deserve it.